I told myself I want to be a Muslim, but for the aspect of how I had of my jobs and my activities in the cultural centers, I wasn't really acting in a simple way. Maybe I was directly involved in late night parties or going out with friends that would all maybe abuse the substance of alcohol. And me myself, I felt like I needed to stop this circle of abuse or alcohol. So I felt like I needed to move away from the city I was born. I felt after I finished university, I needed to move away and start anew and find another opportunity. So when I decided to move, I moved to the capital of Mexico. I went to Mexico City and I established myself there to directly start this new aspect of becoming Muslim and learning what was to be Muslim and working a normal job. So in this aspect, I wanted to start some sort of new circle, not a new life, just a new circle. So the first thing I did in Mexico City was to go to the local mosque, the local educational center for Islam, and I took my Shahada, and this was in 2015, and I took my Shahada and I officially became Muslim. But before this, I would always refer to myself as a Muslim, even though I wasn't practicing, or even though I didn't knew the exact rules of Islam or the exact rules of the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Before I took Shahada, I knew I had read the Quran, and the Quran had helped me in various aspects which were different than any other thing. For instance, I know the Quran. It's a direct thing from Allah. We know it, but when you go through something and you open the pages of the Quran, you firstly will reflect yourself. You will reflect your situation, and you will reflect your thoughts, or the Quran will help you guide through you. So in this way, I used to guide myself, or the help. I would take the help from this guidance by the Quran, and this is how I knew that it would change my way of directly handling my life. So this is why I knew I wanted to be Muslim. So when I took Shahada, I started learning what was to be a practicing Muslim. I started taking small classes from my brothers in the local mosque. They would teach me how to read the Quran in Arabic. They would teach me the rules of the Sunnah. And this was a very interesting process. I came to know Islam in a different form, to live Islam in myself and in the people around me. But still, it wasn't enough, because the city of Mexico has a small population of Muslims, and I didn't get to experience the full process of praying at the prescribed times, because if I was far away from the local mosque, I would feel I had to go to the mosque to pray, even though I knew you can pray anywhere. It's not a difficult thing to pray anywhere you are, even if you are sitting down in a public transportation, or if you are in a park or in a public space like a museum or something. But I always felt I had to be in the mosque, and by this case, I was directly involved in the community of the Islamic Center. I was active in their information. And I was invited to take this this course of Islam and to grow in the experience of Islam by coming to Istanbul. I was invited by the local community in Mexico. So I thought it was a great opportunity. I came to Istanbul last year, and this has changed completely my aspects or my views on what is to live Islam in a community, or in this case in a city or in a country or in a society itself. Islam has all the answers with the civil codes. It's totally different to any other religion because we have a norm to ourselves and a norm to our brothers and sisters and to our community, because the Quran gives this direct instructions by God, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He lets us know by the messages of Rasulullah how to respect ourselves, how to respect our close relatives and our close friends and our people that we don't even know them, but we know we are all human. We are all from the same creation, and we are all certainly created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is by no way the same thing to live Islam by yourself in a desolated city like I had to experiment or to grow in. For instance, in the city I was born, the community of Islam is very, very small, and I would have not have taken the knowledge or the examples I had as to growing step by step, or as in moving to another city and then coming to Istanbul to learn. And by this case, it comes to my mind, it comes to my heart that of course there is a qadr, that Allah has the destiny for everybody, and that we don't know what the future, what tomorrow brings for us, but it comes to my heart and to my mind that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chooses the people that directly will take part of the tomorrow. It sounds like tomorrow comes naturally, but we are always taking steps that are going to lead us to another path, that if we stick by this course of worshiping Allah and to take Him as our guide, He will lead us to the straight path and to the path which prevents you from falling out and from committing small crimes, small sins. Whether it be small or big, you have to really take in this help that you pray to our Creator to provide us. And since Islam solves the issue of how you individual will go through the world and go through the society you live, we reflect each other and we become this society of brotherhood. Of course, we're all brothers, but in Islam we reflect our society of brotherhood.